Hello guys, so welcome to the weekly analysis. In this video we are going to talk about gold weekly analysis. As you can see that we have a gold H4 time frame. The last week was totally pump and dump week. Market on the senior time frames is totally in a sideways scenario. If we are talking about some ranges or some kind of trends, then market is in sideway mode. And of course, the market range was 34502 to 3200 approximately. Technically, gold still is in bearish trade or is in bearish trend. So technically gold is in bearish trend according to smaller time frames. But you can see how many times prices trying to break even 3400 level. And we already got multi-time rejections from 3400s twice in the past 2 weeks. Right now, our main concern. What is our main concern? We are right now just struggling near 3400 level due to war scenarios. No random but big war news, still no major breakout. So first big support will be around 3250260, and our main support zone is near term support zone, which is our 32422 to 3262 level or zone. As you can see that right now we still have a noise in the market. Once this level breaks, then it will be full bearish. Once market will break this zone, then market will be totally bearish for the shorter time or for the shorter term. But technically, if you see a new range below 3400, that is our main range. Or you might see, or you just still face the noise in the upcoming days in this range. As you can see that market is in a range for the time being. As you can see that we just got a breakout from here. Last week prices was up due to Russia and Ukraine war news, but Trump had a phone call with Putin and Chinese president. And story doesn't end there. They will have more meeting with China in the upcoming week. So if both of countries have agreed on tariff or trade war, then gold might be going in the lower direction, lower lows or lower high direction. But if they are not agreed, then might be, or we might see some strong bullish movement in the gold till 3400 initially, and after that 3430, vice versa to 3450. Right now 3240, 3250 is the biggest support zone according to 4-hour time frame. 3240 and 50 is the biggest support zone for the further downward or for further decline. NFP was showing some unexpected numbers or some normal numbers, as well as the US unemployment rate was unchanged on the Friday. But in the next week, the US CPI is remain agenda. And of course, that is big news, US CPI and US PPI, including core CPI or core PPI month over month or even year over year. So, if CPI comes low, very weak, then their inflation fear will decrease immediately. Plus, US-China trade deal on Monday. So, US-China plus falling CPI, then later inflation expectation on Friday. So, inflation expectations already began falling. So, CPI will be big confirmation for the tariff. US CPI will be big confirmation for the tariff or even inflation. This can be counter and correction. Be careful and ending time chart pattern retest of 3400 resistance zone. But from my perspective, 3400 psychological level remain in focus for now, as we still got nothing, or the market were not testing recent high or recent all-time high. That's why I'm still expecting the market will be going in the up direction or in the upcoming days. So, our first upcoming resistance is 3400 or even 3500 for the perspective of senior time frame. If we are talking about just D1 time frame or just a little bit conversation about D1 time frame, as you can see that market overall still is in strong bullish trend. Right now we have just consolidation range or symmetrical triangle pattern range or even ABCD or zigzag pattern range according to the D1 time frame. But if we are just taking the weekly time frame, so on the weekly time frame or on the weekly chart, the market still is in tight range, and of course breakout will be expected sooner or later. So come back to the H4 time frame and conclude our scenario. If we are coming back to the H4 time frame, right now we have two ranges or two zones. First one is around 3400 and the second one is 3240. So US-China trade information, but FOMC blackouts have started. Still they are in wait and see. So Fed may need more or further confirmations regarding interest rates lowering. Market will wait for 50 and 61% retracement of this recent wave top to bottom. So that's why there is no support before 3275. Daily chart, there was a big breakout. If we are just checking the daily time frame, so according to the daily time frame, there was a big breakout of a trend line and multiple closing the trend line. But first war news broke, but Russia, USA, phone call later, gold start falling once again. But overall you can see, as you can see that gold still trading inside the range according to T1 time frame 30302 3080. That is our initial range. The most important thing, CPI will be confirmation. GDP now already more than 4%, and if China factories start working, then things must show in export data. If that is the case, that means tariff are over, and this thing is just narrative, because shocking thing which everyone is almost panically, why a big jump in GDP now because of tariff is passed. GDP now was negative and now it is more than 4%, so everybody is ready for the end of tariff word, but still in this sideway range 3280 is a big tactical horizontal support level or support zone. 3280 remain in focus for now, and after that big strong trend line. So soon this trend line and static support both will be at the same place. Which trend line and support zone? As you can see that we already got covered the D1 time frame trend line. This one. So as I already told you, the market still is in consolidation range. So if we got the clear breakout from the lower line of the symmetrical pattern, then market will be move further downward, or market will heavily fall till 3000 psychological level. US-China trade deal on Monday this week, but India and the Asia buying season, merry season is over, and they will not come before September. So monthly, weekly time frame almost pump and dump, or you can say that the market still is in tight range on the senior time frame. So conclusion of the story: if market sustains around 3250 to 80 zone, then we might got strong pullback from this trend line as well, or this support zone as well. So all eyes on for now 3250 and 3280. Once market will break 3250 or 80 successfully, then market will go further downside like 3200 or 3180. But if market successfully maintain their level, then we might see some strong pullback from that zone towards 3400 or 3500. So come back to the H4 time frame and just check what we got from here. According to 4-hour time frame, the market is in totally range right now, and for the upcoming week, I advise you, if you are an intraday trader or shorter term trader, then you may plan your buy trade from here with the confirmation. And if market break this zone heavily or blindly, then this scenario will be invalidated, and then go on sell side with the further confirmation, or with the confirmation for the selling side. Also, if market breaks this support area successfully, then you might be expect this zone or this level, which is 3130 or 3140. And of course, market might be stays for a while on 3180 level. So that is our main scenarios for the upcoming week. I hope you guys are clearly understanding. Also, don't forget that we have right now, of course, I forgot to mention Eid Mubarak to everyone here in the Go for More FX community. Eid Mubarak to all of you once again, our Muslims community, our Muslim family. We will do, of course, the best we can, but remember, market is really so much challenging right now, or market still is in panic mode, or still is in panic situations. So take care to all of you, and I hope everything right now is clear for the upcoming week. So guys, see you on next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.